I don't know. It's hard to say. We certainly, I don't think it was our best. You know, they outplayed us from the majority of the game, I think. We had some good moments in the game, I thought, but I think what we're trying to get to is better than what we showed today. But on the other side of that is the first game. I know we're going to be better.
Was it more about second chances and trying to get some sustained pressure on them?
Sure. I mean, yeah. They defended the front of their net really well, and they probably had more chances in front of ours. But like I said, I don't want to overthink it. We know that our expectation for ourselves is higher than what we showed today, but it's the first game. I know we're going to be better.
JT, how are you feeling after not getting a whole lot of preseason action?
Not great. Like, I need to be kind of what I expected. Legs are heavy today. I haven't had a whole lot of reps, but that'll come with time. So I know I'll be better next game as well.
How much of there is a learning curve too, with the new coaching system, the new system, and all that kind of going on for you guys, and trying to learn that on the fly? How much do you kind of figure, like, early in the season, there's going to be some growing pains with that, I guess?
I mean, sure, that could be a factor, but that's not an excuse that we're gonna bring up. They outplayed us today, but it's not a panicky situation. It's one game. There's a lot of expectation for our group, so we're going to be better next game.
You had some opportunities, but the second chances is probably what you wanted more, right?
Yeah, I think the first ones are there, and then you want the second and third opportunities too. That's usually when you score, and when you get the big chances. But yeah, we weren't able to create those today, and that's something that we'll address and work on moving forward.
Mika, what was the biggest thing that you guys learned as a team about the mentality you need to have on a game-to-game basis?
It's one game, so I don't know game-to-game basis. I don't know how I'm going to answer that, to be fair. But I think just in general, I think we can be more, I guess, assertive and a little bit more direct from D zone to O zone to neutral zone. I think we can. I think we did it at times in the second, and we got some zone time, but I don't think we created much off of it. And obviously we had our power play looks or power play chances too, and we didn't take advantage of it. So that's when you lose a game. It's 1-0 and then 2 empty netters like that. So it's a close game, but I don't know if we really give ourselves a chance to.
How much is it a feeling process rolling, moving parts?
No, I don't think it's too complicated in what we're trying to accomplish or what we're trying to do. It's just like I said, just trying to be a little bit more aggressive in all areas, and towards the end there maybe a little bit more desperate and try to get more pucks towards the net. And it's cliches, it's simple things, but we didn't do them today.
I guess just kind of generally speaking, Mike, what do you take away from that one?
Well, I think my first observation is we got a long way to go to become the team we want to become. I thought we had moments in the game where we were, playing the game that we envisioned that we can play more consistently, but it's not nearly consistently enough. And, I thought there were moments in the second period we started to play. I thought the first period, for whatever reason, we had hesitation in our game. Some of it, I think we can iron out, but certainly we got a ways to go.
Mike, how tough was it to give up that goal in the first period? What happened on it? Would you say?
Well, it's a breakdown off a face-off, and we make 3 mistakes on the play, and usually when you make 3 mistakes in a row, they end up in the net.
You mentioned the hesitation. How much of that do you think is kind of adjusting to new systems, and how much is just a general lack of execution?
It's a little bit of both. I'm sure it's a little bit of both. We'll just have to keep working at it, and so we're trying to simplify the process here, take some of the thinking out of it, so that we can hopefully overcome any sort of hesitation. But I think as we get more familiar, more and more of that we should see a whole lot less of it. Let's just say that.
How important is team mentality after opening the season with a shutout loss?
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to overreact to it. It's one game. We've got a lot of hockey to play, So is it disappointing? Yeah. We're going to see what we can take from it. We're going to move on. What I will tell you is I think we've got a resilient group, and I think we're going to go through times in the season where you don't feel good about what went on, and so we have higher expectations. We know that we've got to be better. We know that we're going to go back to work tomorrow and try to put our best foot forward in Buffalo.
Was there anyone to you, as far as the forward group goes, that really stood out? Like it seemed like there was some pop from Brentley's line a little bit throughout the game. Any positive, I guess, from that front take?
Yeah, I think they had moments. JT's line had moments in the offensive zone. They had a couple of looks. They don't score. Troch's line had the same. I thought, Sam Carrick's line, they're certainly a momentum line. They bring physicality and things like that. They help us, with that aspect of the game. We had moments. It's just not consistent enough. We need to be a more consistent threat.
Mika mentioned wanting maybe a little more desperation late in the game. Like you felt like you had some zone time, but there wasn't the push you needed. I guess how would you assess kind of that level of the desperation?
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of that word. I just think it, it implies hopelessness, I guess. Urgency might be a better adjective. And just bringing more urgency to our intentions. We had opportunities to get on pucks and anticipate, and and we would have liked to have more pushback, especially on the 6-on-5. We got a chance to keep pucks alive there. We got to dig in.
Given your history with them, was it a little surreal to be pushing against Gino and Latanya?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's different. It's different. I knew that was going to be the case, but I'm excited about the group we have here in front of me and with the Rangers, and I'm looking forward to working with this group.
Is there any level of, because of their familiarity with you, them kind of understanding what you're trying to accomplish within the system and all that, or is that overblown, you think?
Probably a better question for them, but I doubt that's a factor. I thought their team played well.
Lab, I was just curious about his debut, what you thought about him in his first NHL game.
I thought Labs brought some real good energy. You can see his skating ability. He played with conviction. There's some areas where we'd like him to manage the puck, be a little bit more diligent in some of the critical areas of the rink. But that's a learning process. But I thought for his first NHL game, I thought he played very well for us.